But before we jump into his new estate, let's look at his old place, the one that was robbed. His old home in Tarzana, here in California, was a 7-bedroom, 7-bathroom mansion with a floor-to-ceiling fireplace, white columns at the entryway, palm trees, and a swimming pool. It featured 2 security guards and gates that would make most prisons blush with envy. But that didn't stop burglars coming in through the back. While the average annual salary for a security guard in the Los Angeles area is around $26,000 per year, thanks to his deep pockets, Kevin would have been paying considerably more. Still, it wasn't enough. He lost around $500,000 worth of watches, clothes, and jewelry. Hart wasted no time making sure his family would be able to grow up safely, and later that year, he bought this plot of land in Calabasas, Los Angeles, where he would build his palace. The 26-acre or 125,000 square yard plot of empty land set him back a sizzling $1.35 million. But then in 2017, he started building the main structure of his double-story Spanish Villa-style mansion, which set him back almost another $2 million. The rest of the $5 million price tag went towards the pool, garage, cabana, and landscaping. Alright, ready to step inside the Calabasas compound? Let's start with that mysterious 650 square foot open cabana, one which set Hart back about $100,000. What does the family use it for? Well, anyone who follows Kevin Hart or his wife Eniko on social media knows the happy couple are gym junkies, and it turns out the cabana is their very comprehensive indoor and outdoor gym, stocked with all the equipment you could ask for. The couple and their 3 kids love the outdoors, so clearly their lavish backyard is the place to be. If you pass the paved patio lining the entire rear of the home, you'll find their colossal 800 square foot rectangular pool with a giant 100 square foot spa right in its center. This virtual aquatic wonderland set Hart back around $60,000. As you scan around their backyard, you will also find a full-sized volleyball court complete with sand as well as more than enough grassy area to run in. Gee, must be nice. Now, over here, folks, you'll find Kevin's premium 900 square foot garage. Before we take a look inside, you can see that directly above the garage is Hart's $170,000 250 square foot second-story pool house. Why on earth would we need a pool house? Simple, really, to make sure the pool is well looked after and that any visitors are kept comfortable. But let's circle back to the expensive wheels which line the garage floor. Take a look. It doesn't take a detective to see that this funny man has a huge love for both swanky modern and classic vintage cars. Hart has around a dozen cars in his garage, all of which makes us seriously jealous, but some of the more notable cars he's had, well, see for yourself. The comedy icon previously held the keys to this ultra-rare Plymouth Barracuda, which unfortunately he recently totaled. Whoops. That one was estimated to be worth around $275,000. But then he's also got a host of powerful cars like this $350,000 Ferrari 488 GTB and an Aston Martin Vanquish valued at close to $400,000. Then there's the muscle cars like this $45,000 Ford Mustang GT 500E and this Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG Black Edition, a sleek ride worth, ready for this, $500,000 buckaroonies. Wow. As we said, Hart loves cars, but he doesn't just splurge himself. Cast your memory back to 2017, when Kevin kicked off what would turn out to be one of the most successful comedy tours in history. It was called the Irresponsible Comedy Tour, and it sold over 1 million tickets across 120 different shows over the space of 15 months, securing a spot as the biggest comedy tour of 2018. Not too shabby. After the seriously stellar success of the tour, and keeping in mind his obsessions for all things automotive, Hart thanked his crew by spending around $500,000 to buy them all classic 1960s and 1970s cars, one for each member of his crew. Now that, ladies and gents, is what we call a gift. The cars in question were a red Corvette, a Mustang, 2 GTOs, 2 Chevelles, a Camaro, and a custom Volkswagen Beetle for this guy, Joey. Of course, when you're worth $200 million, you can afford to spend $500,000 whenever you feel like it. But this is a crazy generous gesture nonetheless. Which one's your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Besides giving away cars willy-nilly, Kevin also started his own charity, Help from the Heart, which funds cancer research and scholarships. On top of that, he's also involved with charities such as Alzheimer's Association, Cats Care, Make-A-Wish, and hilarity for charity, just to name a few. So, we've got enormous mansions and more fast cars than we could ever imagine, but when it comes to fashion, the famous actor tends to play on the more low-key side of things. More often than not, you'll spot the superstar wearing one of the simplest outfits a man can sport. We're talking plain jeans, a t-shirt, and a pair of comfy sneakers. At least he's consistent. That much we can say. But just because his usual look is quite basic, that doesn't mean that he shies away from an exorbitant piece of luxury every now and then. Take a look at this stunning timepiece. Clearly, with a taste for the finer things in life, the comedian has been spotted wearing an $825,000 Richie Mille Bubba Watson watch. That, folks, is more than the price of the average American home. As far as kicks go, Kevin is also a bit of a hype beast. He's been seen rocking Air Yeezys, custom New Balances, Air Jordans, and even his own Nike runners. With a hectic touring schedule, Hart loves a relaxing getaway every once in a while, with his wife Inigo Parrish alongside him, of course. Together, the duo has been spotted sipping champagne on the shores of St. Lucia, carving the snow in Colorado, and sampling tequila in Mexico with rap icon Ludacris. Time and time again, Kevin has been seen journeying around to these exotic destinations in ultimate style. Yep, we're talking private jets here. But that kind of fancy travel doesn't come cheap. An international round trip on one of these bad boys would set Kevin and his crew back upwards of $200,000. For shorter trips, however, it's a little more affordable, with rates hovering around $12,000 per hour. Still, it's a small price to pay to dodge that paparazzi. Finally, it's time for our bonus fact. Hart's 2011 Laugh at My Pain comedy tour was one of the most lucrative comedy tours ever. It spanned 90 cities and grossed a whopping $15 million. Pretty incredible, huh?